Yeah. Come on in. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? Percolate was really good. This man Theo, but welcome to another exciting episode. I ain't saying, I'm just saying with the Rock Wit Me Nation. Y'all see what we got going on? Yeah. You see what we got going. Non-viability. Yeah. You non-viable. Y'all remember when Tom Breevort said that? Non-viable black male. My, what a year difference. What a difference a year make, right? What a difference a year make. You put it up, you like what we got going on, like, share, subscribe. You don't constructive comment. Some folks don't know how to leave constructive comments, and I'm sorry. We're gonna start this video off right there. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes. My brother D Real is on the way. We're gonna jump on tag team this thing in regards to what's going on with at least 3 titles that we know of, 3 X-Men titles that we know of. We gonna jump into that and everything like that. But before we do that, I feel like I gotta address something. So we gonna address it. We're gonna go ahead and get it on out there and everything like that right there. So listen, we know what the channel is for. We know what the channel is about and everything like that. And the only beef I do is from the cow. That's it. Now, some folks live for drama. I'm not one of them. I told y'all, I only know 2 ways to deal with stuff: conversation, altercation. My brand is my brand. Hold on, there you go, right there. My brother D Real is in the building. D Real, what's going on, big dog?
What it do, boss? What it do?
What's going on? I was just letting everybody know and everything like that. First of all, thank you so much for pulling up. My brother, now we gonna tag team this whole mutant thing, because we was talking about this last year. I was actually collecting some of them titles from last year. But before we jump off into that, though, we gonna address this whole thing in regards to me lying. Now, Rock Wit Me Nation, that's a brand. That's a brand. When I say constructive comment, I mean just that, a constructive comment. If you feel some type of way about something, you know how to inbox me. No, some folks don't want to do that. They live for the 304 energy. I ain't got time for the 304 energy. It's either a conversation or an altercation. That's where I'm at in my life. Well, I made a statement last week in regards to a secret meeting that was had. We got notes. Now, where I went wrong at was I said 2 folks were in that meeting. And Liam took that and ran with it. Liam was coming over here acting like he wanted to be part of that. Liam took that and ran with it. Now, I know I mentioned more than 2 names. I did. But Liam, coming over like he's trying to get some knowledge and everything, he went back and he only asked 2 folks. Now, the 2 folks that I mentioned, my brother had to remind me they weren't there. They weren't there. They weren't. So I got to apologize, but I say I'm not perfect. I've been wrong before. I'm going to be wrong again. But there's a difference between making a mistake and telling an egregious lie. So, Daryl, for the Rock Wit Me Nation and for those that are going to watch this video, could you, because E-Man did hit you up, right, and hit me up?
Yes.
Could you, for the folks that's going to be lurking, could you tell us how that, when did I come to the meeting? Was I on time or was I late?
You was on CP time.
I was late. Can you, here we go, because we don't give a damn. This our channel. Can you, because clearly my mind's slipping. Can you tell me who all was at that damn meeting to your recollection?
Yeah. We calling out names? Are we like calling out names?
Damn right. Damn right. Since folks want to run and tell some stuff, Liam, I'm gonna give you some stuff to go run and tell.
If we go run and tell, to my recollection, if I'm wrong, these individuals can correct this. Okay, I know for a fact, Killmonger was there. Okay,
he ain't asked him. He ain't asked him. He ain't asked him.
He ain't asked Killmonger. Okay,
no, he ain't asked him. And I mentioned his name, but he ain't asked him. Go ahead, keep going.
There was Killmonger. There was a representative for Black Comic Lords.
He didn't ask them either. He asked two other individuals. Liam didn't, and I'm mentioning Liam's name because I want Liam to know this directed at him. Liam didn't ask them either. He asked only two YouTubers. And according to them, there was no meeting. But like you said, they weren't invited. Keep going.
So that's why those particular YouTubers would say what they said, because they were not at the meeting.
Why he didn't ask nobody else though? Or unless he could have asked somebody else.
Nobody else from the Recast T'Challa movement? Yeah, I mean, there are tons of people he could have asked that
he didn't ask E-Man?
Apparently not.
But, he didn't ask BCL. Yeah, well, I know who he asked, which is crazy because, well, one, I don't know what his dog in the fight is, but I know he invited us to his channel to do a live, and that invitation never materialized.
I've been invited to a couple of channels to do a live, and then that live just kind of dissolved, and there was no reschedule. But I ain't tripping on that because that's not the energy I'm trying to put out today. Specifically, okay. Now people have heard you speak many times on the incident that went down between the Rock Wit Me Nation and Roland Martin. Everybody knows that. There's proof of that. That's on X. You can go back and pull that up if you need to pull that up. That's not a lie. Okay, we was beefing with Roland Martin. Now, out of the thin blue air, as my man, my man over there say, he was just minding his own John Brown business. And I don't know if he was, but I got approached in Messenger by E-Man. And this ain't no shade. I'm not throwing no shade at E-Man.
No, it's no shade. It's no shade. It's no shade.
So for the people who like to snitch, don't go over there snitching, talking about, oh, they talking about you. No, I'm referencing E-Man. There's a difference. I'm not talking about it. He reached out to me and he told me, hey, D-Real, can you pull your comments that you made at Roland Martin off of Twitter? And I asked why, and he was like, because later on we might need him as an ally, and we don't want to, burn no bridge.
Wait. So you saying E-Man conducted himself like a grown man and hit you up off the book?
Hit me up off the book. No, it wasn't no, I challenge you to
wait, I want to make sure I say this again. So E-Man conducted himself like a grown man, difference of opinion, and had enough respect for you to hit you up off the book.
Yes.
Now, mind you, E-Man know good and well to a degree, even back then, y'all wasn't necessarily approaching stuff the same way. But he still had enough respect for you to hit you up off the book. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And folks talk about him so bad, but he do handle his business like a professional. Keep going, big dog.
Okay. And I went on ahead and, out of respect, because at that time he was front and center when you said Recast T'Challa. It wasn't too much longer. You were saying E-Man's name because it was popping and he was making it pop. Okay. And so he decided, okay, all of us that were kind of collaborating under the Recast T'Challa hashtag, he wanted to bring us all together and have a strategy meeting. Now, I'm not criticizing, not throwing shade. Okay, but to get all of us together in a room and we all like, what I'm saying? It was kind of like my whole idea of it was, I thought it was a war room meeting. I thought we were sharpening our swords and, it was Ye Bombay and we was getting ready to take it to Marvel and let them know this is what's what. But
what day did this take place on? What day was this meeting?
I want to say it was like July. I want to say 23rd.
You got the photo? You got the photo?
Didn't I send it to you?
Can you pull it up real quick?
On your stuff?
Yeah. Pull it up right here.
I can try. How do I pull something up off of your page?
You know what? I don't know. I got to do it. I got to do it the old school way.
I mean, I can pull it up on my smartphone, and I can put it up to the screen because I too keep receipts.
You know that you think by now that when folks keep calling us old, they would know that old folks keep receipts all day long.
You think I don't know how? Just because I'm old, don't mean I don't know nothing about technology.
They know their grandmama and them keep receipts.
Let's not even go.
You heard me? They know their grandmama and them keep receipts. Oh, they know old folks keep receipts,
bruh.
If they don't know, hold on. I'm trying to get to the dadgum thing there. Goodness gracious.
Got it right here.
Here we go.
July 25th was the day of the meeting. You know what I'm saying?
What did that say? Hold on. Can you read that?
The petition was small potatoes. We have the emotion and family on our side. That puts Marvel in a tough position because now they can't just act like it's about them. We've had knees on necks from day one.
But I lied.
Okay.
July 25th, 2022. It's got the spaces hanging up.
Now, what I'm looking at there, that's a meeting. That's a meeting on X because it's X spaces. Okay, that wasn't a secret meeting. But what I'm saying to you, if you petition that guy, that's who you need to be asking instead of the people that you did ask. You would get a different answer. You see what I'm saying?
So let me see if I got this right.
But these people that he's naming and caping for, he was saying, oh, they've been around since the beginning.
So let me see if I got this right.
Obviously not.
E-Man reached out to us. Just want to make sure I got this right. E-Man reached out to us, and we had a meeting on Spaces.
Well, it wasn't aired. It wasn't all of them guys that I mentioned. We met privately. It wasn't on air. It wasn't out in the public for no subs or no likes. It was just, if you love T'Challa and you want to see that character recast, pull up to this meeting. We're gonna be talking about it. And that's what it was. Right.
Okay, so with that said, it's one thing to ask questions. It's another thing to just show your ass and make accusations. So I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna be done with it because we really talking about this right here, non-viable mutants and everything like that. If them your people and you F with your people, stay with your people. Stay with your people. If you coming over here, well, don't do something you wouldn't do in real life. And what do I mean when I say that? You wouldn't go hang out at the wrong club just for your people because you could get right at that club. Well, don't come over here extending no olive branch when really you coming over here smelling like cow dung. I can't even see your olive branch. Stay right on over there. And because of who I am right now, Liam, you only had that one chance and you blew it because you showed your hand. You played yourself. Don't know you from a can of paint. You recently started showing up. Then you only asked two folks. You don't ask everybody. You went and asked, that's crazy. You went and asked one of the cats who we know starting Ish. So all y'all like to start Ish. I like to finish it. But you leaving that comment when you ain't got all your facts straight. Well, here we go. You say it ain't always, it can't be me, right? Because I didn't come looking for you, you came looking for me. So you started Ish no differently than they started Ish. But now I'm gonna be wrong if I respond. I'm gonna be wrong if I respond, right?
That's the part I don't understand, Theo.
I'm gonna be wrong if I respond, right? So you can lead disparaging marks.
You can respond. You have a right to respond to somebody calling you a liar, Theo. Okay. And that's what you're responding to. You're not responding to beef. You're not responding to nothing, anything a content provider said or did. You responded directly to that individual who called you a liar. Right. So when now, you go when you go back and tell what you saw on this video, don't go back and say, oh, they was over there talking about y'all. Because we ain't talking about nobody right now but Liam. Okay?
Right.
He the
Now,
one that put that comment out there and said Theo was a liar. That's not a lie. Just because you ask people that wasn't at the meeting don't mean the meeting didn't happen.
Exactly. Now let me do this other thing. We was minding our own business, and this is why the Rock Wit Me Nation separated from Recast T'Challa. We woke up Monday morning and it was Recast T'Challa getting bashed. It wasn't the Rock Wit Me Nation. It was Recast T'Challa. So there was no beef even in that. We wake up Monday morning, somebody is attacking the integrity of Recast T'Challa by saying there are some individuals hating on Captain America 4. The individual got asked specifically whom they were referring to. They never revealed the answer. That's not beef. That was actually us looking out for the hashtag. But since there are quite a few in the hashtag that can't appreciate that, when the hashtag gets questioned going forward, it has nothing to do with the Rock Wit Me Nation. You see the Rock Wit Me Nation logo showing up now? You see that? It was in this video clip, thumbnail. It's going to be in every other thumbnail going forward. So if you not talking about Rock Wit Me Nation business, I ain't got nothing to do.
That away.
I ain't trying to say, but we are a support system. Any one-on-one issue you got with Recast T'Challa, take it up with that hashtag. Take it up with that hashtag. But this is the way to Rock Wit Me.
What do the Avengers say? If you mess with one Avenger,
right?
That's how the Rock Wit Me Nation is. So
right.
if we precipitate in conflict, know that your conflict ain't just gonna be with the people on the screen. So you know what I'm saying?
And we gonna move like that.
And that's not a threat. That's not a threat. I'm stating a fact. Y'all got folks caping and capping for y'all. Don't be mad because we got folks that cape and cap for us.
We gonna move like that.
Yeah,
we gonna move like that, and that's what it is. You started with one, you starting it. Just look at whatever number that is. You just look at whatever number that is. If you started, we gonna do our best to de-escalate it. But if you persist, just look at that number. And quite a few of us got online aliases. You don't know who we are. So I prefer peace. I prefer peace. I do. But I have been taught how to wage war. So you think that's what that is?
Theo, they don't understand, bro. They don't. When you get aggressive, you bring back old habits. Do they not understand that? It makes all of that well back up, and y'all already talking about our main. So
here's the thing: you got two old dudes. All you want to do is call them old. No, you got two veterans looking you in your face too.
That's a compliment.
Y'all not giving the veteran part of it the respect that is due. Y'all don't know how to say thank you for your service. That's okay. You ain't got to. All y'all know how to do is troll. Well, here's what you've never had before, and I'm praying it don't come to that. You've never had a veteran on your ass. Figuratively and literally. You don't know what that's like. I'm trying my best to stay peaceful, to stay humble. But even I got my limit. You don't know what that's like. We will track you down. Well, first of all, whatever you think you've seen in the movies in regards to what veterans can do and everything like that, just throw your wildest imagination out there. Just throw your wildest imagination out there. And I'm trying not to be that person. But y'all gonna make me go back to being the old me. I'm trying not to do that. Trying not to do that.
Let's move forward peaceably.
Right. I hear Slim Shady in the background with Dr. Dre saying,
"Come on,
you forgot about Dre? You didn't forgot about him already?
Hey, come on. Come on, Slim. Come on.
All right. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Gunpowder. I'm addicted to gunpowder. I'm addicted to gunpowder. I'm addicted to gunpowder, and I like I like the feeling of red stuff splashing against my body. And no, I'm not talking about wine. Not talking about wine, not talking about Kool-Aid. I low-key love that. Like I do, like that makes me feel some type of way. It does. But like Daryl said, that ain't what we're here for. We're here to talk about X-Men.
I have my blend. Man, I'm gonna need to get you some of this coffee, man. I'm gonna have to send some of this coffee down there to you, man.
Shout out to Plant Poppy. Shout out to Plant Poppy.
Shout out to my wife for this bomb ass cup. That's
okay. There we go then.
Stirs my stuff on its own. You dig?
Everybody ain't able, big dog. Everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able. I see you, big dog. I see you.
Hey, that's the missus, man. You gotta thank the missus for that.
Oh, well, tell the missus I said thank you on behalf of you. So we got this article coming our way by Comic Book. Marvel is already changing its X-Men plans, which may be for the best.
Since they apparently don't like black people.
This come to us by Tim Adams, February 21st, 4:23 p.m. So yeah, they canceling 3 titles that we know of.
Hey, they got that notorious number 10 punishment coming. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they got.
We about to cut y'all off at the notorious number 10. Y'all don't get no more. So now X-Men fans can sing the song that Black Panther fans been singing.
Been singing. As a matter of fact, I got something for you, big dog. Hold on.
Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. He stepped out for a second. You are rocking with the Rock Wit Me Nation on I ain't saying, I'm just saying, TLB television. It is your man D-Real, live and direct, in full effect, keeping the hoes in check, doing what we do out here with the Rock Wit Me Nation. Me myself personally, I don't think I've been a tremendous X-Men fan since like 2000s.
My bad.
2000s. Ain't no trip, man. I was sharing and doing PSAs and letting everybody know about, you know, what I've been doing with the X-Men since all of this.
True.
Not too much.
The titles, wait a minute, I got another guess here. Oh, well, that's you. The title, when I came back in and said I had a death, dang, Eve got hit with 10 issues again. No, she could be. She could be. But this is what he says.
It's X-Force, and those other two.
X-Factor.
Yeah. And
NYX. Now, here's the damnedest thing. X-Force, their roster by Jeffrey Thorne, that's a brother.
Yep.
Consisted of Forge, Tank, Sage, Captain Britain, Ascani, and Surge. Now, I'm going to say that one more time. It's a brother. I say that because somebody told us that the writers were basically picking who they wanted to write. And so I'm finding it real hard to believe that this brother, Jeffrey Thorne, wanted to do an X-Force comic with Forge, Tank, Sage, Captain Britain, Ascani, and Surge. Who is an A-lister on that squad?
Captain Britain? He ain't even A-lister.
It was his sister.
Psylocke.
Yeah. Who's an A? Like, now mind you, I bought the comic book. I did. I don't want folks to act like that. No, I spent some change on it. I did. But they kind of got us with that whole T'Challa thing. They got us with that one. they got us with that one good, because that ain't T'Challa. That is not T'Challa. And I said, oh, y'all trying my gangster. I got to go. But who thought this was gonna do something?
Jeffrey Thorne.
This lineup. Now, mind you, Tank is a brand new character. So you mean tell me we couldn't get no chocolate? It's crazy. It's chocolate writing it, but we can't get no chocolate in the book. Well, that book got canceled. I ain't laughing. That book got canceled. We saw where it was going. The team didn't make no sense. I didn't know what they had going on. Well, the next title, X Factor, Marvel's umpteenth version of the Suicide Squad, because that's exactly the way they wrote this comic book. It was a cheat. Don't we have the Thunderbolts? Ain't they doing the Suicide Squad?
That's what I thought they was about. But
like, why would we have another?
They need another Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we needed another Suicide Squad. This time we're gonna do it with mutants. Well, it was written by Mark Russell. It consisted of Angel, Havoc, Pyro, Frenzy, Pharaoh, along with an additional cast of barely known or new mutants that would get deleted for no damn reason, because this was the Frenzy was in it.
Hang on a sec. What was somebody like? Was somebody trying to like capture giant size X-Men energy and try to introduce a ragtag group of X beings, since that's X Force, or Factor, excuse me. And I don't know, that's the only.
No, you know what it was? I'm gonna give it to you. The best way I can explain it to you, it was Suicide Squad meets the New Warriors reality show. Yeah, the Suicide Squad. So you got a government agency team, right? They got their own reality show.
Well, I mean, that was always what was going on. Well, at least the Havoc-led version of X Factor, even back in the day, they had Valerie Cooper, who was their government liaison. So, yeah. I mean, they've always had that government involvement with X Factor, at least with Havoc, from Havoc on.
They took it a step further. This is a reality show.
Squad, like,
yeah, they bring in mutants that you ain't ever heard of. They go out on a mission and get deleted. And you come back with core members and everything like that. So it was like, okay, so Alex is working for the American government. Lorna, his woman, is working for the mutants. She don't like being called Lorna. She want to be called Polaris. He like, my name is Alex. They live in the same house. Never mind. Well, it's 10 issues. They done. They done. 10 issues, they done. Well, then there was NYX. Shout out to Ernie, Blurred Without Fear. He did talk about the problems in regards to NYX, but you know, he just spoke about it recently. You remember I was collecting.
See how you did that?
What?
You said, shout out to Ernie, Blur Without Fear. You didn't try to take that knowledge and showcase it yourself like it was your own knowledge. You said you gave props to the person who first disseminated that information onto the airwaves. Thank you, Theo, for showing that you don't appropriate other people's talking points.
I'm not gonna do that, bro. To me, it's like that takes from you if you got to take somebody else's stuff. Like there's no challenge in that. But you know, he mentioned it a few weeks ago and everything like that. But you remember, I was actually covering it. And one of the things that Ernie spoke about a couple of weeks ago was the fact that, and I want to make sure we got this going on here. We have NYX written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Neither one of them look like us. Miss Marvel, Anoli, Prodigy, Laura Kinney, and Sophie Cuckoo. So I initially started collecting this because Prodigy was in it. Y'all remember me covering it?
Ain't it Cuckoo?
Cuckoo, something. Listen, I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. But you know I was collecting this because Prodigy was in it. He showed up in Dead X-Men. He was supposed to be him, Sync, and Frenzy was supposed to be on the latest incarnation of X-Men until Nimrod came through and tore up everything. My dog came through and deleted everybody. But when I got here and I was like, okay, with Prodigy is the last cat you gonna feature, that's crazy. Because if I'm not mistaken, Prodigy predate everybody in this comic book as a character, but they gonna feature him. Then you got him on this cover, essentially looking like he being hung. I talked about that. Then you had another comic book come out where he and Sync were gonna be battling to the death. Well, I checked out after issue 4. I didn't need to go no further than anything like that. And so what I'm saying is this was one of those books with these characters that they felt were more viable than the characters that Tom Breevort has said you can't really do nothing with them and you don't want to force them. It's crazy. My feelings. It says a lot that you don't want to use the black characters already established, that you create characters, because X Factor had quite a few new characters that popped up, new mutants that just they were fodder. That's all it was. So you didn't want to use any established black mutants in NYX other than Prodigy, and you feature him last, had him fighting Sync to a death match. You got X-Force, no brothers and sisters over there. You got X Factor. You really ain't doing too much with Frenzy, except you ain't growing a character. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got more character, and I'm not just saying this to say this. I got more character from Frenzy showing up in the few pages she did in Storm than what was here. Here, she acted no differently than she did when we first came upon her. No differently. No differently. Which means they gave that character little to no thought. They put her in there just for the chocolate chip effect.
So she there for the chips.
Bruh, watch this. She did more. If we were reading X-Men Red, even though Frenzy Joanna Cargo did not have that much comic book time, she did more. She was more compelling as a character in X-Men Red than she was in X Factor. X Factor, she was no different than she was when she was an acolyte. But
just muscle.
Right. Now watch this. They canceled it. So you got, and I find it ironic, and that's the thing that I want to bounce off you. No viable black male mutants, right? And I don't want to make it seem like it. No, they meant that it was no viable black mutants, period. But when you look at 3-team comic books that got canceled, and they're even looking at Extraordinary X-Men being canceled, how do you feel about that? These team titles that could have had at least one black person on them, well, they did, except for Forge's team. You could have did more. How does that make you feel with these titles being canceled?
The titles being canceled.
Yeah,
well,
X-Men titles, because I don't want to act like that. We like the X-Men. We don't want to do that. But you and I either weren't collecting these titles, or we were at one point and we stopped.
In comic book stories, there are times when you quote unquote hit the proverbial wall. The whole idea behind X-Men was to be, ultimately equal rights for mutants. Over the 30, 40 years of their appearances in comics, minimally, right, minimally at best, they got what they wanted, cooperating with humans. So what we end up doing is simply saying, all right, we gonna leave the planet. Since we can't get what we want here, we going somewhere else. What happens beyond that? You're going to deconstruct that and replace it with What? Story-wise. And it seemed like they hit a wall. Like story-wise, we can't make this grow and develop into anything. I mean, God bless their heart. You had Jeffrey Thorne working on one book. You got Eve Ewing working on one book. But if you hand them a dead end to begin with, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You giving me soup and expecting me to make a sandwich.
To that point, I think when you look at, and I think the X-Men overall have quite a few quality characters where you could carry a number of books. You know, it don't have to be X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold. No, you can get X-Force out there. You can get X-Factor out there. But I think when you look at, and I like Forge, but Forge is not the headlining character for a comic book. He's just not. And I know some folks are going to feel some type of way about this, but we've tried it. Kamala Khan ain't that character. She's not resonating with folks.
Bruh.
We've taken her.
And do you see what they getting ready to do with her?
Yeah. Put in giant size X-Men.
She getting ready to mess up canon. Is what she getting ready to do. She getting ready to mess up canon. So Kamala Khan is time traveling to different points in X-Men history, and she's getting ready to interact with it.
But watch what
Here we go. Kamala Khan was there when they fought Count Nefaria. Kamala Khan was there when they fought Dark Phoenix and Professor X said Aaron and Halar, and they went to the Shi'ar and they fought the Imperial Guard. Or Kamala Khan was there for Amal Farouk when he took over and I see it coming. It's coming. You getting ready to take her. I ain't
watch this, Daryl, because you speak on it quite a few times. You speak on it. You speak on it a lot. They're doing everything they can to elevate the status of Miss Marvel. Like her comic book wasn't working, they put over there in Spider-Man. That wasn't working, make her a mutant. Put over there in X-Men. Well, we finna get rid of the Krakoan Age. Fine, put over there in NYX. Like they gonna do everything they can to keep that character, to your point, front and center in ways they don't do with other characters. I don't have a dog in the race, in the fight, but when I look at this character, I got the action figure, so I don't want to hear nobody say nothing. The folks say, and mine got the beginning abilities, so I don't want to hear that. The thing is, there's something going on where this character isn't resonating with fans for whatever reason. Every comic she's been in is getting canceled, except for Spider-Man.
Can I be honest with you?
Absolutely.
Kamala Khan resonates with young people.
They must not be buying comics.
They aren't. Because it's like, okay, it was hot for a second. It ain't hot no more. We on to the next thing. But they still trying to push Kamala Khan at him. It's like, man, you missed that. You missed that window. Muggs is not feeling her no more.
I think, and see, this is me. I think they're going about her all wrong. And what do I mean when I say that? I think her ceiling is Kitty Pryde. I think that's her ceiling as a character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, and what do I mean with that? Well, she's going to have to be on a team no differently than Kitty Pryde was when Kitty Pryde first made her intro into it. You can't keep putting Kamala off. She need to be on a team book, but not on no team book with B-list characters. Or she need to be around an Aurora. She need to be around a Jean Grey. She need to be around a Scott Summers. That's what she need to be around. She need to be around an Eric Lenshier. Hell, put her around Kitty Pryde. But doing what she doing, her selling point right now is too much about who she is outside of the mask. And
I think some of these comments that you got popping off are pretty eloquent in and of themselves. And they saying some stuff that I think, yeah.
Afro said Deadpool should have been a member of X-Force. I agree with that. King Sigma, nope. Huh?
He said Bishop too.
Yeah, he said, Bishop 2, King Sigma, no viable black characters equal I don't want to draw right y'all's black asses, which is, and I don't know if I want to say that, King Sigma, because quite a few of those writers are black.
At least 2 for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to watch what I say, because it's like, I don't think Dr. Eve Ewing has a sister on her team or a brother. I know in X-Men Scott Summers' team, Temper is there. Temper is there. And I know on Rogue's team, Roberto DaCosta's cousin is there. That about it. That about it. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Hey, Grand Madam. Appreciate you. Grand Madam pulled up this morning. Alicia was doing Lego. Anansi the Spider's in the building. King Mo, Kamoya say grown man energy. Marvel did Alex Summers dirty. They sure did. They sure did. They sure did. No, he right. He right is right. Yeah. That, you know, if you like Scott, you know, I don't really care for Vulcan. I don't. But, you know, Scott, Alex, you know, I'm looking at Alex. I'm like, so when do, okay, I'm going to ask you, you've been doing this longer than I have.
Uh-oh.
Has Alex Summers ever, I remember him getting some respect back in the day when he was a leader of X Factor. That's when X Factor, you know, when he first took over. But yeah, by and large, do they give Alex Summers any respect, or they keep writing him like this?
I think probably the most respectable they've written Alex Summers was that first run of Uncanny Avengers.
Okay.
He got that. That's the most respect I've seen put on Alex Summers' name.
I'm sick of getting what I'm getting.
And he's been around. And he's been around since the '60s.
Bruh. Kamoyo said apparently there ain't no you know, other mutants either. Jarens, these books were really not that good. It's retreading the same old story.
Boom. Jared said that. Jared said that. Thank you for saying that, Jared.
You ain't got nothing to do with Viable.
You save us having to do it. Thank you,
right? Jared. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Give me your X-Force team. See, you a new writer at Marvel. They give you X-Force. Who you putting on the squad? Hold on. You can't choose Scott. I'm gonna help you out. You can't choose Scott. You can't do none of them. You can't do none of them. You can't do none of them. Who you got?
If I'm gonna make X-Force.
X-Force, yeah.
Okay, and we sticking to the tenets of what X-Force is and what they do?
Bro, you the writer. You the writer.
Okay.
You the writer. Okay. You got the premise, you got the team. What you got?
Okay. I want Monet.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I want Monet and Sync.
Okay. Oh, so you got Eric going. What's your X-Force? What's their mission statement? Are these the ones that's taking folks out, or they just operate behind? Oh, okay. So you like Sync to delete folks. Okay. Who else you got, big dog?
If Sync need to, he definitely gonna delete some folks.
Okay. Who else you got?
We know Monet ain't got no problem deleting folks.
No, she ain't got none. Wait a minute. You low key gave me an opportunity to get me some black on black love with them two.
Yes, I did. That was done on purpose. I really don't know if it's possible. But I would like to have Iska.
You the writer, why you can't? You the writer.
I would like to have Iska on my squad. We talking about 5, right?
We talking about 5. I'm finna whip out my pen. I got my pen. I'm trying to find my notebook and everything like that. Because I want to write what you write now. I want to get what you getting down. So we saying. And I just want to know. I want to know if the Rock Wit Me Nation would like what you got going on.
They about to blow these comments up with they lineup. Trust.
So you say you got Sink, you got Monet. Who else you got?
Iska.
You say you got Iska. I like that right there. Who else you got?
You ready?
That's a look. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, but it looked like you got at least 2 Omega level mutants on this team right here.
And guess what?
What?
I'm about to put 2 more on there.
Who you got, big dog?
Storm and Bobby.
You can't put Storm on the team.
I can't put Storm on the team.
You can't. You can put Bobby on the team.
Okay. All right, bet. Give me Bobby. He's the diversity hire, if you can't tell. And shoot, round them out with Frenzy.
Okay. I like that.
And you notice it's not 1, not 2, but 3 women on that squad.
You know what? I probably would add Cynex on there just to make sure I got me some telepathic assistance on there and everything like that. Round it up. Nice little even number 6. Okay. Now, I ain't trying to be funny. You say X-Force?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking here. You know, I like to be fair.
Yeah, you probably got all of them, huh? Except Iska.
No, I'm trying to figure out, like, because the lineup that you just gave is better than this lineup. Just selling alone, especially because who came out of the Krakoan era with any synergy from this team?
None of them.
I don't want folks thinking we didn't buy them. No, we bought them. Nobody.
That's none of them.
If we gonna sit up here and say anybody, we can say Ascani when she was with Dead X-Men, but no. Okay, so all right, here we go. NYX. You got to give me a preppy New York team. Adolescent life.
That mean they can't be black.
I mean, but here's the thing. You the writer. Okay. You the writer. See, you can create new stuff because they created new stuff. You the writer. It's on you, baby.
If I'm putting folks in NYX, young.
You know what? I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna put Prodigy.
Help me out.
We're gonna put Prodigy back in NYX.
Okay, Prodigy. That's one.
We're gonna put Prodigy. Now, here we go. Shadowcat.
Okay.
Because we're in the heart of the city. We're in the heart of the city. And I need folks that know how to maneuver in the city. We didn't use her, but I actually liked her in NYX. We're gonna go Laura.
Oh, Laura Kenny. Okay. Let's do that.
We're gonna go Laura Kenny. I need somebody else in the city. Living just enough for the city. Callisto.
Well, she under the city, but yeah.
More like Kanye.
She's still in the city.
We need somebody. We need somebody. We need Prodigy, Shadowcat.
Where is Strong Guy when you need him?
You know what? How about this one? Because you said Strong Guy. I don't necessarily like Strong Guy, but I like the direction that you're going in. Watch this one.
What's not to like about Vito?
Watch this. You ready?
What's not to like about Vito?
I like it. I just don't like it.
He top heavy.
That's what it is. Watch this. NYX, right? Prodigy, Shadowcat, Laura Kenny, Callisto, Havoc, Polaris, and Angel.
That's a nice preppy team. Yeah, you definitely hit the preppy, the preppy quota with that one.
I'm trying here. All right. Last but not least, X Factor.
X Factor. We need a traditional squad, or we just.
I'm gonna throw Hank McCoy in there because I feel like X Factor. They X Factor. They factor in the stuff. You finding out some stuff. We're gonna be doing some stuff that's gonna involve science.
Why do we make so much conversation about Gentle, but we never utilize Gentle in anything?
Because Gentle honestly should have his ass open with Wakanda.
He should, but
like,
I mean,
like
he should. However, since he ain't,
and I would put him with his power set. I wouldn't put him on one of these teams. I would, even though I thought Tank was Gentle, it wasn't. Gentle actually needs to be on a X-Men team with Storm.
Well, I mean, back in the day, you had Rusty, and what's her name? Wasn't it Boom Boom?
Yeah, but they started off with X-Force though, with Kate. But I'm just saying, because Aurora and Gentle have a relationship.
Rusty was one of the mutants that Cameron Hodge wanted to sanction, and X Factor, the original X Factor, came in and helped him.
Right. But let me ask you a question. Do you think Gentle would be better in a comic book on his own, or do you think his character would benefit from being in a comic book alongside Aurora?
Who is Gentle?
Well, I mean, we got to say that. Well, he's half German, half Wakandan. I don't know how that happened. Oh.
I mean, that's what I mean. What motivates him? What he like? What he don't like? I mean, it's like he's sitting there. He's a storehouse of development that nobody is tapping.
And that's why I would have him. That's why I would write him in a comic book with Aurora, because I think if you just put him in a comic book with any other characters, there's not going to be that urge to write them interacting, because if you know Sync's history and everything like that, then there would definitely be synergy, a reason for him and Aurora to communicate. He's Wakandan. There, you might not want it, but there would be a reason to see T'Challa, or at least see Sync having a conversation. Not Sync, see Gentle having a conversation with T'Challa. For his character development, I don't see Logan having a conversation with him. Jean would be the one helping him with his power development. Of course, Jean is out in space. I don't think he and Emma developed that type of relationship. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, if I was gonna put him in a comic book, to your point, he should be. It would be a team comic book, but it would be a team comic book with Aurora in it. That's just me. That's just me. Because I don't see Scott caring about him like that as a character. It's either Jean and Aurora that would care. But he should be used, though. He should be used. Now, I don't think Aurora has ever been an X Factor, has she?
No.
So if we were going to use Aurora, watch this. It ain't like she can't have her own title and be an X Factor. So let's go ahead and do Storm and Gentle. That's a nice squad already. Who else you got?
Okay, X Factor. I feel like Jean should be on that squad.
Who?
Oh, she out of space, so we can't use her.
She out of space.
Okay. Bucky, Kid Omega.
I like that. Black Panther says, I don't think
plus he's got a bit of an a-hole personality.
You do, but you got Aurora that'll rein him in. I don't think all mutants should be under the X-Office umbrella. Let them breathe. I think they do need more flexibility.
They do. I mean, because are we still in a place where everybody hate mutants, or have mutants begun to be accepted in some shape or form?
That was the thing about the whole Krakoan, the end of the Krakoan era. It was almost like we wanted to walk it back.
And did we ever talk about, and here's something, I mean, I guess that we could explore story-wise. Have we ever talked about how people would react to a group of mostly Black mutants?
No, we have not.
How would the public respond to a group of all Black mutants? Would they start calling them Black X-Men? Would there be some people out there that was like, oh, them darkest don't need to be, and forget all about you already prejudiced against mutants? Are you doubling down and being prejudiced against Black mutants?
Give me this now. I like
what I'm just talking about a story. You could
no. I like what you said. Give me 7. Give me 7. And when I say 7, give me a mutant team that's mostly, if not all Black. It ain't got to be all Black, but give me that roster, because that's a compelling story.
Okay, what we got right now?
It don't matter. What we got now don't even matter. You give me that. Give me that. Give me that roster.
A 7-man all Black X Factor squad.
All Black or mostly Black. Give me your 7.
Can some of the other characters that's on the other squads be on X Factor?
Yeah. We start from scratch. Throw this away.
Okay. Well then, I definitely want again Sync, Frenzy, and Monet.
Sync, Frenzy, and Monet. You ain't say Aurora? You don't want her on the team? Okay.
Yeah, I want Aurora on the team.
Okay, well, you ain't mentioned her, you know what I'm saying? That's 4.
Give me Gentle.
That's 5.
Give me Manifold.
That's 6. You sure you don't want Kid Omega? Because you ain't got no telepath on this thing.
You said all Black or most. Okay. Well, go ahead and put Kid Omega in there. Again, diversity hire.
That's a powerful squad, though. You think about this for a second. You got Storm, Sync, Frenzy, Monet, Gentle, Manifold, and Kid Omega. Storm can fly, Sync can fly, Monet can fly, Manifold can teleport. Gentle is a juggernaut, Monet is a juggernaut, Frenzy is a juggernaut, Sync can be a juggernaut. Then you got Kid Omega, who him? Omega level.
It's in his name. It's in the name.
Yeah. So now watch this. This is when folks would get mad. If you called this team the X-Men, folks gonna be mad. You know what they would call it? They would either call it the Black X-Men or X-Men Black.
Did anybody call that that 99% female roster of X-Men back in the 80s the X-Women?
Nope. They gonna call this the DEI team.
You had a squad that consisted of Psylocke, Rogue, Storm, Dazzler, and who was it? What was Pete and Longshot?
Yeah, Pete Wisdom. But we know what's gonna happen though. They're gonna call this the DEI. They're gonna call it the woke team, and for once get woke right. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, you could write some great stories with this, because you're gonna have Storm in a relationship with Kid Omega, because like you said, he'll butthole. You will have Frenzy, and I think you would have Sync, possibly caught up in a between Frenzy and Monet. I think you would have Frenzy tutoring Gentle on the Storm and Frizzy would be tutoring gentle on the usage of his abilities because it's strength laden. Manifold just damn. Like I just damn. Like ain't nowhere you hiding from that. So no, I think you could do some good writing. You could actually absolutely tap into Monet's other abilities besides strength, considering you already got 2 powerhouses on there. You could tap into what are the upper limits of Frenzy's and Gentle strength, because that ain't been quantified as of yet. I think they say with Joanna, she gets stronger every time she uses her abilities, and they don't want to say it. Help me out here. They don't want to say it, but she's the She-Hulk without saying she's the She-Hulk.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. So, and if I'm looking at her character development, if they were writing her like they were supposed to, she would surpass She-Hulk. At the very least, be able to match her. But they don't write her like that. No different than with Luke Cage. Luke Cage gets stronger every day.
Luke came a long way down.
Yeah. But you know, when they say he gets stronger every day.
I remember when Luke was worried about falling out of window.
Yeah, no, he ain't worried about that no more. Ain't worried about that no more. I'm keeping up with these notes, big dog, because they do have some great notes in here. I agree, and I say Storm should leave behind for the most part. Should leave the X-Men behind for the most part. She can show up for special events, but the majority of the time, I think she should be a solo character. I think she should be. Black Panther says he believes they should reboot. They should reboot Kamala. Do you think she needs to be rebooted as a character?
I did. The mutant thing ain't working. That's all I'm gonna say. What you do from there, you do from there. But the Kamala as a mutant is not working.
Let me ask you a question. Is it because, and I'm just asking here, is it because with her character, we want to dive too much into her ethnicity as opposed to just telling superhero stories?
Again, she's that diversity hire that you want to shoehorn into every damn thing. And she does not need to be shoehorned into everything. Why are y'all forcing her to be a mutant? It don't fit. It don't make no plausible sense. It's just like she a mutant now and you're dealing with it. And it's like, okay, well, I know I ain't dealing with it because I ain't gonna buy the book. And there you go.
And that's why I said I think she should have gotten that Kitty Pryde treatment. Kitty Pryde came in, Gray Malkin Lane and everything like that, and we were able to see her grow up. You know, she was a kid. She conducted herself like a kid. She acted like a kid and everything like that. But she was on a team where we weren't asking her to be the main character, and I think that's the problem. Because even as it stands right now, Kitty sort of kind of is a main character, but sort of kind of not a main character. But like I said, I think that's the threshold for Kamala. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Let's see. We got Anansi. I say Storm should leave the X-Men behind. Show up most part. Afro. I agree. Rogue could be in the Avengers. Bishop is a cop and could be in a Bishop Dakota North ongoing series. King Sigma. Ooh, I didn't know Black Riders was on the scene. Yeah, they up in there. They up in there, King Sigma. You just have to look. I know Daryl and I go to what's the thing when we be looking for comics that came out this week? We type in new comics this week. Comics this week. And it tells shout out to Juju who put us up on that and everything like that. And when you click on the comic book, it'll tell you what the premise of that comic book is, and actually tell you who the creative staff is assigned to that comic book as well. So absolutely. Kamoyo, no, y'all don't say it. Some of us don't check for us like that.
Okay, ain't we always yipping and yapping and hollering about representation? That ain't just on the screen. Representation is representation, period. I want to be represented every time I look in a direction. When I pick up a book, I want to be represented. When I turn on my TV, I want to be represented. When I go in a movie theater, I want to be represented. When I'm in any kind of social media setting, whatso freaking ever, I want to be represented. That's all that is.
And I think to a degree, we've gotten so used to seeing everything else, and we don't, and I don't believe we have, because we came through TV 70s, 80s, 90s, where we're at right now. But I think the younger generation, they don't know anything else, and by and large, if you don't know anything else, you don't really know how to appreciate everything else. So
they ain't had, what I say? You know what I say about that, Theo? They ain't had no struggles, and sometimes I feel like that's our fault. Because our parents struggled.
Yes.
And told us, you got to do better so that you don't end up like me. And we do better, and in order, rather than passing that lesson on to our children, some of us do, some of us don't, we say, okay, I'm gonna make sure don't nothing on the planet hurt you. I'm gonna make sure nothing on this planet bothers you or makes your day terrible. And thinking that we're protecting, we are indulging. And they get a false sense of entitlement.
True. Check this out right here. When we were talking about Alex Summers, King Simmons said, at least we get to see Alex Vulcan. They trying to make us forget he exists. It ain't make me forget. Here's the damn thing.
He gave the Shi'ar Empire that work. He gave Black Bolt that work. He a whole problem.
But watch this. He's encased in Mysterium somewhere. Now, the damnest thing is they left him on Mars. He either in Mars, encased in Mysterium, or he in the white hot room, encased in Mysterium. Either way, he encased in Mysterium. I'm sitting up here like, once again, though, they ain't bring him forward. They didn't. But no King Sigma. They can't make us forget, big dog. No, we know we're Vulcan at. No, we ain't forgetting that. They just want to write. They don't do through the lens of Black folks. And once again, to your point, Kamoyo, that was something that Ernie spoke about. At the end of the day, if you're not going to have Black people writing these comics, then you need to have Black people. If somebody white has got a Black character they want to write, then they should have a Black person attached to them. But in the country that we live in, we see it here now. You got folks that don't look like us wanting to talk for us. Well, I don't know who I can talk for that ain't me. I don't even talk for Black women.
It's not our job to. It's not our job to talk for anybody. They can talk very effectively for themselves.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even finna talk for the woman that look like me. I'm damn sure not finna talk like somebody else that don't look. No, you got it. You got it. Sidebar. Supposedly America is bothered by the fact that Black folks not getting caught up in Washington, D.C. and the politics right now. Listen, when we did, y'all didn't want to listen. So we got other stuff to do. we ain't doing it.
Don't ask me to weigh in now.
Right.
You ain't been asking me to weigh in before.
Right. We at home. We at home touching our nose, minding our business. You ain't want to hear what we had to say? Well, figure it out on your own. That's what we had to do. We've been having to do that since we've been over here. Figure it out on our own. See how I feel? Now you got to figure it out on your own. Afro says Sunspot, Cannonball, Bishop, Deadpool, and Tempo. That's a nice squad.
Yeah, to not have a telepath.
Yeah, and you got to have that. Like you need that in your life. Somebody got to be able to do something on that team to hook everybody. You need that. Because what happened?
Add a telepath to that squad, Afro.
Yeah, man. What? Because you don't want that squad running up on no telepath and they ain't got no telepath. You need that. Yeah. That's why I said throw Kid Omega on there. And his personality actually fits that squad. Eden Fessy needs to be the team leader of X-Force.
Huh. Now, here's something that's going to trip everyone out. Eden Fessy has been around how long? Yeah. Since what? The Mutant Massacre? Or a little after that? No, Inferno. A little after Inferno. We ain't put him nowhere where he need to be. All he do is he get a phone call when we need some mass teleportation.
Bruh, he got written. he got written. So, and that's the thing that I don't understand. I saw so much. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. We know why Marvel Comics dialed back production on X-Men comic books, because Fox owned the right to the X-Men. So when we get this age of Krakoa and everything like that, now you got brand new X-Men figures, action figures coming out, Marvel Legends and everything like that. We got some of the best writing in regards to the usage of Black characters. I don't want to say we got spoiled, but it was like, we were all like, damn, where this been? Or this, y'all could have been doing this. We got all that. And then you get right back to, oh, we finna go back to where we were in the 80s. Well, I ain't even back where I was in the 80s. How is this what we doing? I think what wound up happening, to your point, they didn't know how to spin the story forward. I think they got out of pocket with the whole Sinister thing. Like when they started trying to introduce what he was trying to be at the end, where you writing yourself into a box. Where you going after that? So, but in regard to Eden Festi being the leader, has he ever been written like that, in your opinion?
Eden Festi has always been written in a utilitarian position. You don't even see Eden Festi until you need a bunch of people teleported, or you need something teleported from one end of the planet to the other, or something like that. You know what I mean? We don't never see. I mean, maybe because his powers aren't offensive in nature. I don't know.
Well, we can't even say that, because when
I mean, they could be used creatively, yes, but I mean, in general.
No. I would like to see, because Eden Festi, I get it, but Bishop would be, I can see Bishop as a leader of X-Force. I can see Frenzy as a leader of X-Force. I can see Sync as a leader of X-Force. That X-Force just going to be ran a little bit different. It's going to be ran a little bit differently, because Sync ain't the one that's out there about that violent life. But Frenzy and Bishop, they about that violent life. So I can see them. I can definitely see them. But I'm thinking of what you're putting down, Jarence. Let's see. Jenna could be a temporary replacement for Ben Grimm. I don't know why he didn't show up in X-Force. I still don't know who Tank is.
They tried to give you another one.
Bro, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, I could not believe it. I sat up there and looked. I'm like, it's a brother writing. How you need a big, strong dude and you don't use Jenna, who, by the way, don't need those vibranium tattoos anymore.
Yeah, but you keep writing them. And that's what I mean. You keep writing them like you got a handicap or a limitation. Eventually, everybody gets an upgrade. Go on and give Jenna his upgrade so he can step on into the Marvel Universe proper and be a for real powerhouse.
Yeah. Kamoya says create a new mutant team led by Storm with Gentle, Frenzy, Eden, Bishop. And it's a nice squad. I don't know who's running up on it. A mutant team funded by Wakanda.
You don't need no telepath when you got Iska.
No, you don't, because you ain't losing. Excellence. That's what he say, call the team Excellence. Professor Film, what's going on, big dog? What's going on? We in here. What's going on, Nazi? Yeah, we in here. Marvel and DC both need a black division and editorial. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Well, I've been said they need to go ahead and quit playing and go ahead and just give Milestone back full status and let him run.
I think it's fear. Remember that song by what's my boy's name? Fear of a Black Planet.
Public Enemy?
Public Enemy. I think it's fear, because what happens, like I said, I think it's fear. What happens if you do that and the comic book with the black leading character is outselling the comic book with the white leading character?
It's happened many times.
But my question is, if you're, well, not a question. If your ego isn't fragile, you can do, because it's all about the money. You running with that. But is the ego strong enough for me to be a white person over one of the two biggest comic book companies out there? Is my ego strong enough for me to be known as that editor where the black comic book is outselling the white?
Not if it's about money. I don't care if they
purple.
I don't care if they magenta. I don't care if they chartreuse. If folks is buying it, I don't care.
That's my point. That's my point. I don't care. It's money to be made. And so when I look at, that was one of the reasons why I asked you for your rosters. When I look at these rosters, I'm like, okay, well, you work there. When they handed you the roster, okay, damn all that. I'm gonna ask you right now. You're the editor-in-chief over the X-Men titles.
Okay.
I'm coming to you.
They're gonna look very different. Yeah, I can tell you that.
I'm just saying, I'm coming to you, right? I'm coming to you, and I'm saying to you, hey, this is my team. This my team right here, my X-Force roster. And I say, I got Forge, Tank, Sage, Captain Britain, Ascani, and Surge. What you gonna say to me?
Give me a different roster.
Okay, fair. I come to you, I'm an X Factor writer. I'm coming to you, and I give you my team. Angel, Havoc, Pyro, Frenzy, Pharaoh. Now that's a pretty solid team. That's if we leave it right there and we go in a completely different direction, that's a solid roster.
Yeah.
But if we gonna fool around with it and make it a joke, well, what's funny about Frenzy?
Nothing. Frenzy's a viable character that needs exposure.
When has Pharaoh ever told a damn joke?
Pharaoh? I'm seriously trying to think.
Is she known for her sense of humor?
She was always very doom and gloom.
Yeah, so why are we putting her in a comic book that's supposed to be funny? Okay, never mind. NYX. Anoli, Prodigy, Laura Kinney, Sophie Cuckoo, and Miss Marvel. First of all, Anoli. I don't even know why we did that. I like Anoli. So there were no other characters out there that deserved Anoli.
Anoli.
You felt like you could do something with Anoli. And the editor looked at that roster and said, yeah, make it do what it's going to do. Almost mine said, you knew it was going to get canceled after 10 issues. Because mind you, there's nothing relevant in any of these stories. Any of these story arcs, there's nothing that we're going to talk about 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now. Nothing in either one of these. Either one. So is it that we don't have any viable black characters, or we don't have any viable writers that know how to write characters, period? Because some of these folks acting like they surprised they titles got canceled.
Huh.
They acted surprised. I'm like, you can't be. The Storm Run school, the Storm Run A school could be at the Sanctuary or the Wakanda Embassy. Their base could be in space and run by a mutant with the ability to control electronic devices on a mental level. Flea. Good looking Flea. We got Flea in the house. Grand Madam, Danger Room can have guest instructors like Luke Cage, Misty, Monica. Yeah, boy, you see what he got going on?
Besa, Nightshade, T'Challa himself. Hey, see, you see, and don't none of these people in the comments work at Marvel
at all.
Maybe
that's crazy.
Maybe Marvel should rectify that.
You know what? When I look at, never mind. I started to say something. I just believe there's some insecurity though. I just believe it's some insecurity.
Kamayo said, "Who the hell is a Noli or in Joe Boo?"
I don't. Grandma said, parents, we protected our children, but didn't realize that we made them soft. Yeah, something like that.
Hey, boy, I'm glad somebody feeling me.
Let me see. 2 teams on Earth, base home team, and a team up in space as a QRF force. I like that. I like that. I like that. So
there's always some stuff coming to Earth to antagonize people.
Absolutely. So that's what I wanted to talk about, big bro. They went above and beyond, you know, all these questions, and you know, hey, at the end of the day, truth gonna come out. Seems like the rosters that they had weren't any more viable than the Black X-Men, Black Mutants. He claimed that weren't viable. Seemed like maybe if we had a little bit more chocolate,
maybe they should not think about implementing us just in February.
Now I want to be clear. This ain't just about the viability of Black Mutants. I could harp on that, but these stories weren't great. These stories were not great. This is not what we were used to. When Jim Lee was writing, this ain't the Mutant Massacre. This ain't the Jim Lee era. This ain't the Outback era. Hell, this ain't even the Krakoan era. And if I had it to say, I think the first year, stop me when I'm wrong, got a difference of opinion. I believe their first year away from Krakoa, X-Men, is not as good as their first year in Krakoa.
Oh, not at all.
So now I would have to
the
go back and
look. Tell you that.
Right. I would have to go back and look and see who the editor-in-chief was when it came to the X-Men books. But Tom, this is me talking directly to you. The last editor-in-chief saw value in chocolate. Those stories did better numbers. Your stories ain't. It is what it is. Now, mind you, maybe it's the stories that's being written. Maybe it's the fact that quite a few Black readers who were along for the ride during the Krakoa era got pissed off when you made that statement and checked completely the hell out. I know I did. I got you for half your issues and stop. They all stopping at 10.
Archie Lee said props to the Wild Kingdom story. Very nicely done, Archie.
I like that. So you can figure it out. We're not coming back until you put some chocolate in them comic books. We not. And mind you, we're not talking about just put chocolate in there just to be putting it in there. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah. But they done shoehorned before, and they should know by now that we recognize the shoehorn when we see it.
Yeah. That's not what we're saying. No quality stories like what we got during the Krakoa era that show off characters of color doing amazing stuff. I go back to Roberto da Costa and the way he manipulated Iska when Tarn was taking on Magneto. Great writing. I go back to when Frenzy, Joanna Cargo told young Cable, watch how you talk to me. I could have been your mama. It's stuff like that.
But the line was too long.
So I want folks to understand, we see you. You ended at 10. Come back with something, or you're going to be ending at 10 again. That said, don't end at 10 when you got participation. You had participation with Dr. Eve Ewing's run. You ended it at 10. And we could tell you rushed her through that last issue. You only gave Cheryl Lynn Eaton 3. Well, you gave Ta-Nehisi Coates. That was the last, because we don't count the dude that came after him. I don't even want to mention his damn name. Ta-Nehisi got 50 issues. Well, we're looking for some ongoing monthly with some chocolate. You don't want to give it. You ain't got to, but don't act like you surprised by numbers. All right? That's the thing. Don't be acting like you don't know why you got canceled. What else you got going on, big bro? I know you said you got a podcast to do today.
Yeah, the podcast is going down. I got a couple hours, actually 2 hours, literally 2 hours. Before the podcast, they're gonna send me a link. I'm gonna do it. And then it will be available for viewing on a podcast called Culture Rich Conversations, I think by March 4th.
So we're gonna be on that and everything like that. Myself, I'm gonna be coming back y'all way. I want to say around about 6 o'clock tonight. We got a comic book view discussion to do, and then 9 o'clock we got another comic book view discussion to do. So yeah, we getting comic books out the way. I think we're gonna do Ultimate Black Panther.
What comics are you doing?
I think we're doing Ultimate Black Panther. Let me put my glasses on because I don't want to lie to you. I think we're doing Ultimate Black Panther and Shadow Cabinet tonight.
Oh, you're doing Shadow Cabinet. I was going to do Shadow Cabinet tomorrow.
Man, gonna make it do what it gonna do. I'll be tuning in. Yeah. Okay. Because you're doing it different. I'm doing them issue by issue. You said you gonna knock out 3.
Well, it's 4 of them now. So guess what?
I mean, I ain't saying. I'm just saying, like I'm gonna be. Y'all gonna be there.
Okay. All right, Michael.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, we got Shadow Cabinet Milestone presents Shadow Cabinet issue 9. Issue 9. Lord have mercy. 9 o'clock tonight, and then Vibranium got hands at 6 o'clock tonight. I don't know. What you want to do?
I saw that advertised, and I would say Vibranium got hands now.
Well, hold on. What you want to do? Because you gonna do Shadow Cabinet. We can link up tomorrow and just do that whole thing if you want to do that.
We can do that because then we did 1 and 2.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, okay, we can link up tomorrow. Do 3 and 4.
Okay. To Grand Madam, am I dropping a link? When I get the link, Grand Madam, yes, I will definitely drop a link to the podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Archie. We keep them comic books now. We keep them coming now. We keep them coming. As my wife said earlier, I like to be distracted. I don't want to keep dealing with real world stuff and everything. And the comic books allow me my own little form of escapism and everything like that. So yeah, we can. So what are we doing? Issues 3 and 4 tomorrow?
We can do that.
Okay. We're gonna do it on your channel. We're gonna do it on your channel.
We can do that. We can do that too.
All right. So tomorrow, you make sure you got your notifications on. Me and my brother will be pulling up. We're gonna be talking Shadow Cabinet issues 3 and 4. And listen, if you ain't got number 4 was a doozy.
Woo!
You ain't got number 4.
It take you back. Hey, I seriously think.
I ain't saying. I'm just saying. So we gonna do that tomorrow.
We might need to get at Joseph Illich.
Say less.
The writer of that story. We might need to get at him, have a little combo, and be like, "Hey, my man, Shadow Cabinet is out freaking standing. Come talk to my peoples."
Yeah. Especially because he's scared the hell out of me. I thought some folks were going to issue 3. Hey, when Sanction pulled up, I was like, "Oh Lord, it's going left."
Bruh.
Which is a plot hole in issue 4, if I'm not mistaken. Because where did he go?
Where who go?
Sanction.
I guess he thought his job was done.
Had to. He did what Bruce did. Bruce pulled up in Black Lightning issue 3 and pieced out before Black Lightning issue 4 came out. Man, I'm going.
So I guess he knew everybody was coming. He knew everybody's coming issue 4. So he like, "Oh no, This is not my scene. I got to go."
My dog pieced out for real. Well, listen, bro, I ain't gonna hold you up. I want you to get as much rest as you can before your podcast. Hey man, I don't want to say good luck because I'm proud of you. That's the best. I'm proud of you. Go knock that thing on out the park and everything like that. Elevation is what we all about in 2025 and beyond and everything like that.
Hey, it'll give exposure too.
Yes, it will.
And you know what it's gonna be a lot of in there?
Chocolate.
And chocolate women. a demographic we sorely need to bolster.
But I thought you didn't like women, though. That's what the scuttlebutt is.
Don't say
that's what the scuttlebutt is. I'm just saying, ain't you misogynistic? Misogynoir?
Okay, I'll answer that question. I'll answer that question by saying, hey, this month, did I do a video action 28-day black action figure challenge on Misty Night? Did I do that? Did I do a 28-day black action figure challenge on Bumblebee? Did I do that? Did I do a 28-day black action figure challenge that included Aurora Monroe? Did I do that? Did last year did I do a Black History video? Man, y'all leave me alone. Leave me alone. You don't know what you're talking about because you listen to some people that don't know what they're talking about.
And that is the request for today. Leave us the hell alone. Go find you some business. Go find you some business. Leave us the hell alone. We're trying to do some different stuff over here. That said, we out. I'm gonna come back to y'all and everything like that. My brother gonna come back to y'all. We all got stuff to do. We got it's all about representation, imagery, love, loyalty, and of course it's black. Make sure you got your notifications on. My brother Daryl, thank you so much. This has been a blast. You know we got to do this again. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. I'm out.
Holla.
I will. I'm out. In the meantime, in between time, I mean this when I say it, regardless of whether we get along or not. In memory of the late, great Chadwick Boseman and Don Cornelius, I wish each and every last one of y'all love, peace, and soul. We out.